Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Beer and Money. My name is Ryan Burklo.
And I'm Alex Collins.
And on today's episode, we're going to do something different. So I had this idea with Alex prior to hopping on where I've got a question for him that I want him to answer, and he's going to do it off the cuff here. He has zero idea of the question, so he's probably slightly nervous.
Nope. I love this stuff.
But we're going to have call it a 15-minute conversation around this. Okay.
Cool. Yeah,
So
let's
Alex,
go.
here's my question. You've been in the industry now for how many years?
23.
Okay. I've been in the industry since 09. So what is that? 15, 16 years now, right? So I've been in the industry both of us been in the industry for a while, right? We've experienced a lot of things. We've helped a lot of people with their finances, and not just like financially, like numbers wise, but like actually helping them, go through deaths and the emotional roller coasters and opportunistic starting companies, all of that stuff, right? So here's my question for you. What are the top 3 things you've learned from your clients that you are trying to actually take and make sure that you are doing the best work for you and your family?
That is a great question.
Alex is writing it down for our listeners. He's trying to contemplate really good answers. And I don't know why this question came from. I was thinking, Diane and I were talking the other day, and it was around this topic. And she's like, every time you talk to someone, like you come downstairs and you talk to me about these different things that you learned. And so I thought this would be an interesting topic for us.
But so, number 1, never get too high or too low. So, like, I've had clients that got 7-figure checks and were just riding the wind. Just nothing could touch them. And then something did. I've had clients that retired, and within 6 months, 12 months of retirement, they're no longer here. I've had clients that were about to declare bankruptcy and turned it around and succeeded. So, and not all of any of that is due to me. A lot of it is me trying to help prevent them from getting too high or help pull them up from getting too low and give them the building blocks of, hey, here's how we repair this. Here's how we get through it. But the big trick is never getting too high and never getting too low. Don't get too excited or too pessimistic.
Yeah.
And that's true of your job. That's true of the market. That's true of what's going on in life. That it's a universal truth of try to stay as balanced as possible.
Okay.
Number 2, plan for success and expect success, but also plan for the worst case scenario. I've had clients who had 6-figure jobs evaporate on them overnight.
Yep.
Where we were talking ahead of time, hey, what could take you down? What could make your income go to 0? And they were like, I don't know, nothing. And then something did. And so it's one of those things where if we plan for success, so we're planning for hey, here's what it'll look like in the optimal, and at the same time, and expecting that, and at the same time, also look at it from hey, what could go wrong and how do we try and make ourselves bulletproof? The clients who listened to that conversation and made themselves bulletproof truly came out on the other side.
Yep.
And so the big thing that is eating me in my own situation right now is the lack of disability coverage that I have on myself. I would love to be able to change this. I'm working hard to try and fix some very specific health issues. And these are things that the likelihood of it killing me, very, very, very small. The likelihood of it causing some issues where I could miss time, yeah, that's why I can't get disability insurance right now. And so like I would love to go back and talk to 25-year-old Alex and go, dude, get more. Um, and like similar situation for my wife. Like there are some very specific situations and circumstances that are preventing her from being able to go qualify for disability insurance. I apologize if you can hear the puppy in the background. She's a little bit wound up right now. We have a new puppy who's 3 months old. Um, so that's lesson number one.
Never
Lesson
too
number,
high, never too low. You got, and then number two, you got plan for success, but plan for the worst case.
yep,
What's number
expect
three?
expect the best, plan for the worst. And number three is when the opportunity comes to like take some time with family and go on a trip, do it. Like there are so many, like whether it's the client that went to the Paris Olympics and just had a blast last summer, or my wife and I getting a chance to go to Italy and Greece about a decade and a half ago. Um, hearing stories from clients who bought a place down in Costa Rica and like are that's part of their retirement plan. The clients who are in the process of buying a place in Belize, um, yeah, getting a chance to go on a once in a lifetime trip down to an African safari. If you get these opportunities, take it.
Love it.
And the biggest thing is making sure that you've put yourself in position so that you've got the flexibility when this comes up to be able to just do it and not have to worry about it. Like
Yep.
a client of mine who's also a really good close friend brought this up the other day. He's like, hey, I was, golfing with some buddies on a guys trip, a bunch of guys that I went to college with. And like they periodically just do this. And like this thing just happened in my life. I'm now worried about like having another car payment or like whatever else the thing was. And he was like, I want the ability to like not have to worry about talking to my wife about dropping 10 grand on jumping on a cruise because my buddy had somebody cancel and like they've got a ticket that normally would be 15 grand and he's giving it to me for 8.
Yeah.
Like,
Or even at 10. Who cares?
right. And I shared with him, like, dude, you can do that now. And he's like, no, I can't. I'm like, yeah, here, let's pull up your balance sheet, walk through it. And he's like, oh, I can. I'm like, yeah, given some of the stuff that you're talking about, I wouldn't, but you're right there. You can do it if you need to. He goes, awesome. Thank you. It, it's that like creating the flexibility for yourself to be able to do those once in a lifetime things, whether it's, going to Augusta and seeing, the golf tournament or, going to England and playing in the golf tournament or going to the World Cup or whatever it is, whatever you're like, this is the thing I want to do, have the ability so that when it pops up, you can just jump on it.
Yeah. I love those three, man. I love them. Love them.
How'd I do? Did I pass?
Was it about passing or failing? I was just genuinely curious what your three would be. And I was actually just curious to see how they would line up or not line up. It doesn't matter if it lines up
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not because we each learn our own, to each their own. Um,
What were your
first,
three?
so the first thing for me was, and this was just both personal experience with family as well as just other clients. And that's just like, we all have these grand plans of, for me, it's, walking my daughter down the aisle, all of these plans with my wife and, looking at the bigger picture like that. And what hit me big time, nothing that majorly actually happened in my life. It's really funny. Even my own parents, they asked me if there's something wrong. But my health, like number one is staying on top of your health. And, we both have experienced, some clients that have passed away early, way earlier than in life. We've had personal family members pass away early in life. We've had family members get sick, right, and not be there. And what hit me over the head in Hawaii in August of last year, while I'd already started working out more, right? I was already trying to get on top of my health. Um, I never incorporated like the true diet that I feel as though I should be on. And by diet, I mean not like when I say, I mean like,
Cheers, buddy.
yeah, exactly. Not like a diet, like, oh, I'm going to go on a diet for the next month. I mean, like what I eat, right? This is how I'm going to eat for the rest of my life. And so that health perspective really came into play harder since August of last year, specifically on the diet side. That's number one. Number two is, and this is what's hit me harder over the last maybe call it 3 or 4 years, and that's when you and I are talking with our clients around like what their goals are. We get a lot of stereotypical answers at first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the, I want to retire. I want to send my kid to school. I want a vacation. I want to golf. I want to travel. Like everyone wants to do that. But that fades. And we've had enough retiree clients to know that that fades. Even if you have all the money in the world to go golfing every day and travel every day, that's actually not what fulfills you. And so, what it's really led me to really push my wife and I from a values perspective. What is it we want? If I, didn't have to work today, what would I want to do? Where would I want to spend my money and spend my time? And we've really started to, at least over the last, like I said, 3, 4, 5 years here, align everything, and we continue to align that, and it changes. It doesn't stop. Like, and this is another piece that this is maybe part 2B of this is your goals can change.
Right. Well, some of the most interesting people I know didn't know what they wanted.
Right. And it's funny. I think we're all so busy. I'm going to say this to my wife. If she listens to it, she's going to hate it because she can't stand when I say this line. We get lost in the sauce of life. Like we say we want to do something or not do something, and we don't even know if it's actually what we really want to do, because the fact is we say it, but then we get back into, well, I got to get my kid here. I got to make sure I go to my job there. I got to make sure I get to my doctor appointment there. Right? Like all the to-dos we've got. We, how many people actually don't know what the hell they want?
Most
And
of us.
I'll be honest, that was me for a long period of time. I was giving answers because I thought it was expected,
It was the next thing that you were supposed to do and supposed to want.
or and this is what's even sadder given what you know about me, it was me trying to impress
Oh,
people, which is stupid.
dude, I remember when you almost bought a sports car.
Right. It's stupid. So, right. So figuring out what you actually want and
And
allowing,
hold on. I mean, buying a sports car isn't stupid. Ryan Burklo buying a sports car.
because I don't like cars, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean jack to me, to
Right,
your
right.
point.
If cars are your thing, cool. As long as everything else is taken care of, go
Yeah.
have a
Like you brought up the
blast.
Masters. Oh my gosh, I would kill to go to the Masters.
Right.
Right. And that's something like I just watched the past Masters and I told Diane, like, I gotta go. So I got to figure that part. So a lot of it. So that, and then number three is, this kind of aligns with some of the stuff that you've been saying as well. It's okay to live today. Like you don't need to, saving all of your money so that you can then retire and then live is stupid.
Right.
And you can do both. And I think that's a big thing that maybe it's, sorry, I'm like taking over here. Like 3A and 3B is live today. And you, by the way, you can live today and save for tomorrow. You can do both. You just
They,
have to know what you value and where you're spending your money.
well, and those things aren't mutually exclusive.
No, they're not.
You just
So
have to be
those are my,
intentional with it.
three things. Your three things are definitely stuff on my mind as well. So it's funny, we have a lot of similarities in that.
Gee, I
And
wonder if that's why we make good business partners.
but I'm hoping the takeaway from today's episode, Alex, is like you and I get to learn a lot because of what we do for a living.
Well, and it's not just learning about finances and like because we're bettering our education to be able to help clients. It's the emotional IQ of seeing somebody go through the highs and the lows and seeing people go through the tragedies and like seeing how people are able to like bounce back, and what are the things that they're doing, and like what brings them joy and just passion. It's really cool to be able to effectively, like, and neither of us are trying to do this, but being able to live vicariously through our clients is awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
I think we love when our clients get stuff that they actually want and they email us or send us a card or right, like that's definitely I think motivating for both of us. But I think
100%.
what's also motivating, at least for me, is as I learn something from a client, both good and bad, right? Like the the big thing around like not understanding what you want. I really do think that that's if there's my favorite one of my three, that's the one because I think once you figure it out and you're unabashful around, I don't give a rip what you think of me because this is what I want. It's not about you. And
Right.
when you have a partner like my wife, where we're both on the same page in lockstep, which isn't easy to do, but when you can get there, it's unbelievable. And so
I thought you were
that's
going to say a partner like me.
no, business wise, I appreciate that. But
I'm
no
giving
offense
you
to
a
you.
heart.
If my wife didn't have my back, this would
Oh,
like
it wouldn't
many
work.
things would be gone. So
100%.
that's my three. So Alex, I appreciate you playing the game here, if you will, around this. I just thought this would be fun for us to chat through. So
I love it. And maybe this is, but head on over to beerandmoney.net and leave us a comment if did you like this format? And if you did, maybe I'll surprise Ryan with a question or two in the future.
awesome. Appreciate you, bud.
You
Cheers.
too. Cheers.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not to be construed as tax, legal, or investment advice. Although the information has been gathered from sources believed to be reliable, please note that individual situations can vary. Therefore, the information should be relied upon only when coordinated with individual professional advice. Guest speakers and their firms are not affiliated with or endorsed by Park Avenue Securities, Guardian, or Quantified Financial Partners, and opinions stated are their own. Guardian, its subsidiaries, agents, and employees do not provide tax, legal, or accounting advice. Consult your tax, legal, or accounting professional regarding your individual situation. All investments and investment strategies contain risk and may lose value. This material is intended for general public use. By providing this content, Park Avenue Securities LLC is not undertaking to provide investment advice or a recommendation for any specific individual or situation, or to otherwise act in a fiduciary capacity. Please contact a financial representative for guidance and information that is specific to your individual situation. Ryan and Alex are registered representatives and financial advisors of Park Avenue Securities LLC, OSJ 200 Market Street, Suite 1850, Portland, Oregon 97201. Phone number 503-221-1226. Securities products and advisory services offered through Park Avenue Securities, member FINRA, SIPC. Financial representatives of the Guardian Life Insurance Company of America, Guardian, New York, New York. Park Avenue Securities is a wholly owned subsidiary of Guardian. Quantified Financial Partners is not an affiliate or subsidiary of Park Avenue Securities or Guardian. Ryan Burklo, CA Insurance License Number 0K24924. Alexander Collins, CA Insurance License Number 0H24806.
7914599.1 expiration date April 2027.